students! Welcome to the world of computer system servicing. I am Ma'am Casey, your ICT teacher. Today, we will be discussing a topic regarding CSS. Are you ready? I think you are all ready. Let's now start. Our lesson for this week is all about Introduction to Computer System Servicing.
Wherein we will tackle the relevance of the course and explain the basic concepts in computer system servicing, such as the definition of computer, its component, and ports.
Let us now define what is computer. Computer is a programmable electronic device that accepts raw data as input and processes it with a set of instructions to produce the result as output. A computer is also designed to execute applications and provide a variety of solutions through its integrated component, the hardware and software.
As mentioned, computer has two components, the hardware and software. Now, let's differentiate the two.
Computer hardware is the physical components that a computer system requires to function. It encompasses everything with circuit board that operates within a PC or laptop, including the motherboard, graphics, CPU, ventilation fans, webcam, power supply, and so on. While the computer software is a program that enables a computer to perform a specific task as opposed to the physical components of the system. This includes application software such as word processor, which enable a computer to perform a task.
Here are the example of computer hardware and computer software. And that is for computer hardware and computer software. Now, let's define computer system servicing and computer hardware servicing.
Computer hardware servicing is a blanket term applied to the act of supporting and maintaining computer hardware. This includes diagnosing computer hardware issues, upgrading and repairing computer hardware. On the other hand, computer system servicing is designed to develop knowledge, skills, and attitudes of a computer service technician in accordance with industry standards. It covers basic and common competencies such as installing, maintaining, configuring, and diagnosing computer systems and networks. And that is for the basic concepts under computer system servicing. Now, let's proceed to the parts of computer. If you use a desktop computer, you might already know that there isn't any single part called the computer, because a computer is really a system of many parts working together. This illustration shows the most common hardware in a desktop computer system, namely the monitor, modem, system unit, mouse, speaker, printer, keyboard, and lastly, memory or storage. Your system may look a little different, but it probably has most of these parts. Now, let's explain these parts one by one. Monitor. A monitor displays information in visual form using text and graphics. The portion of the monitor that displays the information is called the screen. Like a television screen, a computer screen can show still or moving object. Monitor has two basic types. On the left side, we have the LCD monitor or the liquid crystal display, while on the right side, we have the CRT monitor or the cathode ray tube. Both types produce sharp images, but LCD monitors have the advantage of being much thinner and lighter. CRT monitors, however, are generally more affordable. Next, the modem. Modem is short for modulator demodulator. It is an hardware component that allows a computer or another device, such as a router or switch, to connect to the internet. It converts or modulates an analog signal from a telephone or cable wire to digital data that a computer can recognize. Similarly, it converts digital data from a computer or other device into an analog signal that can be sent over standard telephone lines. Here is an example of modem and router. Reminder, the difference between modem and router is your modem is a box that connects your home network to the wider internet, while a router is a box that lets all of your wired and wireless devices use that internet connection at once, and also allows them to talk to one another without having to do so over the internet. System unit. The system unit is the core of a computer system. Usually, it's a rectangular box placed on or underneath your desk. Inside this box are many electronic components that process information. The most important of these components is the Central Processing Unit or CPU, which acts as the brain of your computer. Another component is Random Access Memory or the RAM, which temporarily stores information that the CPU uses while the computer is on. Here is an example of a commonly used system unit. Almost every other part of your computer connects to the system unit using cables. The cables plug into specific ports, typically on the back of the system unit. Hardware that is not part of the system unit is sometimes called a peripheral device. Mouse. A mouse is a small device used to point and select items on your computer screen. Although mice come in many shapes, the typical mouse does look a bit like an actual mouse. It is small, oblong, and connected to the system unit by a long wire that resembles a tail. Some newer mice are wireless. Here are the example of mouse. On the left side, we have the wired mouse. On the right side, we have the wireless mouse that is connected through Bluetooth. Reminder, a mouse usually has two buttons, a primary button and a secondary button. Many mice also have a wheel between the two buttons, which allows you to scroll smoothly through screens of information. Next, we have the speakers. Speakers are used to play sound. They may be built into the system unit or connected with cables. Speakers allows you to listen to music and hear sound effects from your computer. Here are the example of speakers. On the left side, we have the wired speaker, while on the right side, we have the Bluetooth speaker, which are newer version. Keyboard. A keyboard is used mainly for typing text into your computer. Like the keyboard on a typewriter, it has keys for letters and numbers. You can also use your keyboard to perform many of the same tasks with a mouse. Here are the example of commonly used keyboards. Keyboard is divided into 4 key areas. The first one, we have the typewriter keys, where you can find the letter and numbers. Next we have the function keys. Found on the top row, perform different functions depending where they are used. Next, we have the numeric keypad. Located on the right side of most keyboards, allows you to enter numbers quickly. And lastly, we have the navigation keys or the cursor control keys, such as the arrow keys, allows you to move your position within a document or web page. Next, we have the printer. A printer transfers data from a computer onto paper. You don't need a printer to use your computer. But having one allows you to print email, cards, invitation, announcement, and other materials. Many people also like being able to print their own photos at home. Printer has two main types. On the left side, we have the inkjet printer, while on the right side, we have the laser printer. Inkjet printers are most popular printers for the home. They can print in black and white or in full color and can produce high-quality photographs when used with a special paper. While the laser printer are faster and generally better able to handle for heavy use. Lastly, we have the memory or storage. This is the any type of computer hardware that is used for storing, porting, or extracting data files and objects. Storage devices can hold and store information both temporarily and permanently. They may be internal or external to a computer, server, or computing device. Here are the example of storage or memory devices that can be used to store data. First, we have the ROM or the read-only memory. Next, the RAM or the random access memory. Next, we have the floppy disk. We also have hard drive, the flash drive, and lastly, the optical drive or CD or DVD. Bill Gates once said that the computer was born to solve the problem that did not exist before. That the computer revolutionized the access of information, whether for business, scientific, education, or personal use. Computer is an electronic device that manipulates information and comes with 8 basic parts. It has the ability to store, retrieve, and process data. You can use a computer to browse the web, type documents, send email, play games, watch videos, listen to music, and even for communication purposes. Computers have really changed how people connect to one another and to their living environment, as well as how humans organize their work, their community, and their time. And that ends our lesson. I hope you learned something. See you again next week.